it going? My name is Micaela and I live in Japan. And most of you know that. Because I live in Japan, people often ask me what are the pros and cons of living in Japan as a foreigner.
Hi.
And to be honest, there's really not much to complain about. I'm actually quite happy living in Japan.
そうなんだ。
People treat us fairly well here. There's very few things that drive me crazy
はい。
about Japan or Japanese culture,
へー。
except that.
どうしたの？
You're doing that thing where you keep interjecting when I'm trying to talk.
違う、これちゃんと聞いてるっていう証拠なのよ。
Well, it's annoying.
いや、こっちの方が礼儀正しいの。
If there's one thing that kinda drives me nuts about living in Japan, it's this. Aizuchi! Aizuchi are phrases or responses that a Japanese listener gives during a conversation to let the speaker know that they are paying attention. But this habit can come as somewhat of a surprise to Western speakers because for us, it's considered kind of rude to interrupt someone when they're speaking. And as a foreigner, sometimes it feels like when people are responding too often to my conversations, it's like they're trying to rush me along or get me to hurry up and finish my story. Okay, yeah, oh, I see, yeah, okay, In Japan, it's quite the opposite, and it assures the speaker that you are up to speed with what they are saying. Some examples of Japanese aizuchi are, Hi. へえ、そうですか。そうですね。そうなんだ。マジで？嘘。なるほど。All of these are pretty common responses that a listener gives during a conversation in Japan. The best way I can suggest to get used to it is to look up conversations on YouTube and kind of listen to the mannerisms and the way that people respond when they're having a conversation in Japanese. One common mistake that foreigners often make with Aizuchi is that when a Japanese person responds with そうですね or はい it doesn't necessarily mean they're saying yes or that's right. It means that they're just listening to you. It's not necessarily a reflection of their opinion. So be careful! Another common way that Japanese people show attentiveness in a conversation is to follow up your statements with a question. 昨日ね、友達とね、三井グリーンランド行って一日中ジェットコースター乗ったの。
ジェットコースター乗ったんですか？
Yes. Just like this, it's very common in Japanese conversations for the listener to follow up a story with a question that could be answered if they had listened to the story, which they have, but they're showing that they've listened by asking a question that is painfully obvious. And finally, and this is where it kind of gets to that point of frustration, is when you look like I do, as in non-Japanese, as in white, as in from North America, these follow-up questions can be completely unrelated to the story at all and totally 100% related to the fact that you are a foreigner. 昨日ね、仕事終わったらね、みんなで長浜市場行って海鮮丼食べてビール飲んだらさ、なんだちょっと雨降りそうだなと思って空に見上げたらさ、雨じゃなくてたくさんの1万円札が落ちてきたの。お金持ちになったよ。
海鮮丼食べれるんですか？
そっち? While this is something that tends to happen quite frequently, I wouldn't say it's because people are trying to be mean. It is Japanese culture to respond to a conversation frequently to show that you're listening, but sometimes I feel like the way that people respond to me is different than the way that they would respond to a Japanese person. Just to let you know, sometimes we want to have a real conversation with you and have it not be about how we are not Japanese. How about you? Have you ever been surprised or shocked by customs in another country that didn't quite align with yours? What were they and how did you learn to overcome them? Yeah, it's all good. Thank you for listening. I love everybody. Don't fight with me. Bye!